Structure of spinal cord. In today's video, we're gonna discuss the structure of spinal cord. Spinal cord is a part of the central nervous system. It is protected by means of vertebral column. Medulla oblongata of the central nervous system narrows down into a spinal cord. The spinal cord, if you see of mammalian brain, the spinal cord is white in color. It means that white matter is present outside. You can see here the white matter. Inside is a gray matter. Spinal cord is surrounded by means of spinal meninges. Spinal meninges consist of pia mater, arachnoid matter, and dura mater. These are the protective coverings which protects the spinal cord. These collectively called as spinal meninges. And if the spinal meninges is attacked or infected by pathogens like virus or bacteria, so a disease called meningitis occurs. Now, the viral disease is not very dangerous, but bacterial infection of meninges is very dangerous and results in death in children. Now we're gonna discuss the internal structure of the spinal cord. As you see, spinal cord, it has white matter outside and gray matter is inside. This gray matter has shaped like a letter H, or you can also call it like a butterfly shaped. Now these are the dorsal posterior horn and these are the ventral anterior horn. This portion of the gray matter is called lateral horn. So the gray matter has basically dorsal horn, ventral and lateral. Now see the cross section of the spinal cord. From the dorsal root, sensory neurons are present, and in the ventral root, motor neurons are found. So you see, sensory neuron enters into the spinal cord through dorsal root. Here there is present dorsal root ganglion, where sensory neuron, soma or cell bodies are present. Dendrite of sensory neuron enters into the dorsal root. It transmits nerve impulse towards cell body, and then axon transmits cell body to the gray matter of the spinal cord. Now the ventral root of the spinal cord consists of motor neuron. You see, motor neuron cell body lies in the gray matter, and dendron are also found in the gray matter along with cell body, and axon protrudes outside and moves into the ventral root. Relay neuron is found in the gray matter of the spinal cord. Now let's discuss reflex action. Reflex action is a sudden and involuntary response to stimuli. Now reflex action happens because it protects the body from harm or even death. Like if you touch something hot, so you suddenly remove your hand. And this sudden movement of hand is an example of reflex action. This action protects our hands from burning or from damage. Now let's see the example of reflex action. Suppose if somebody touches a hot object, so sensory receptors in the skin get stimulated and transmit that nerve impulse. You see the red one shows the transmission of sensory neuron nerve impulse. So it is transmitted to the spinal cord. It moves by means of dorsal root. Then it enters into the gray matter, forms synapse with the relay neuron. Relay neuron transmit message to the motor neuron. Motor neuron brings message to the effectors, which are muscles, and muscles contracts and are withdrawn from that hot object. As a result, the person gets saved from the damage. So this is an example of reflex action. Reflex arc is basically the path through which reflex action happens. See, receptors present in the skin get stimulated. Sensory neuron, they bring the message to the spinal cord. Here, when the axon of sensory neuron reaches the gray matter, so here in the gray matter, relay neuron forms synapse. This nerve impulse is transmitted into the relay neuron from sensory neuron. Then motor neuron picks up that message and transmit it to the motor nerve fiber. Motor nerve fibers bring message to the effectors, and factors or muscles respond accordingly. So the path through which reflex action happens is called, it forms an arc known as reflex arc. So this was a brief introduction about the structure of spinal cord, function of spinal cord, reflex action, and reflex arc. I hope it was very helpful and you have learned a lot. Don't forget to like, share, comment on my video, and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you so much.